Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the USC Aiken Convocation Center for Peach Belt Conference men's basketball, featuring the visiting Young Harris Mountain Lions and the USC Aiken Pacers. I am Marcus Johnson, bringing you the live action play-by-play for today's game. The women's team picked up a win in the opening matchup of the day over this Young Harris women's team. And now the men look to follow suit. Pacers coming into the game with an 11-5 overall record, 5-1 in conference play. Young Harris, on the other hand, 3-13 overall, still seeking their first win in the conference as they sit at 0-7. Pacers have Latravian Black in there to take the opening tip, and he beats out Caleb Towns as the Pacers get things underway here in the Convocation Center. Preston Parks and Latravian Black, and Terry Horn playing back and forth, and Terry Horn drains a three ball to get things going for the Pacers. Terry Horn, the top three-point shooter for this Pacers squad. He's 33. He's now 33 of 67, but he came into the game with a .478 three-point percentage. So excellent shooting for Terry Horn as Young Harris tries to get things going. Here's a try by number 35, Carl Cleveland. He can't get that one to go. Pacers pick up the rebound and bring it back the other way. It's Horn again looking for three, and it's back-to-back threes for Terry Horn. And that's going to draw a timeout from the Young Harris bench as Terry Horn has dropped 6 points in the first minute to give the Pacers a 6-0 advantage. And again, Terry Horn, let's just go ahead and take a look at some of the numbers for big number 2 in white. Sitting at 94 of 166 coming into the game, shooting .566 from the field. And again, we just said he has a nearly 500 percentage from beyond the arc. And when it comes to free throws, he hasn't had too many trips, but he's made each one of them count as he's gone 19 for 19 from the charity stripe. Timeout comes to a close. We'll get right back into the action as Young Harris looks to right the ship early. They'll have the ball to bring it on up with Lenny Perdilla, number 25 in purple, moving it up, watching by Demetrius Dixon. Kisses the paint, pulls back out to the arc. Passes it back and forth, and a foul is called on number 11, Caleb Towns. That'll be his first and the team's first here in the first. Preston Parks will give it back to Horn. Does he have another three ball in him? I don't know. Let's see. Demetrius Dixon back to Parks again. Preston Parks surveying the field. Little lob pass in here to Jalen McCoy. Hard pass to Dixon from the corner for three. That one no good. Rebound scooped up by Carl Chavis, number 12 for Young Harris. Chavis driving in, draws the foul on the shot, and Carl Chavis will go to the line for two.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 2, Terry Horn.
And Terry Horn will get called for the foul. First foul for him, first foul for the team as well. So Chavis with the chip to the line. Try to get the Mountain Lions on the board. And his first try is good, score 6-1. And he's 2 for 2 on the trip. Chavis cuts the Pacer lead to 4. Dixon will bring the ball up for USC Aiken. It's a screen from McCoy, now gives it to McCoy. McCoy into the paint with the layup, no good. Rebound, battled for and won by Caleb Towns. Perdilla gets some pressure from Parks, gets the ball on off to Josh Patino. Patino firing off a long shot, and Patino nails the three ball. And it's a one-point affair again. Terry Horn gives it over to Parks. Parks with a little move for McCoy, and McCoy gets the layup to go for two. Young Harris quickly back down the other way. It's Chavis. Tries a shot, that's blocked by Horn, he takes it. Oh, and he gets the ball stripped out of his hand but a whistle here. Looks like a foul going to be called on the Mountain Lions, Chavis. That'll be Chavis's first foul. Preston Parks takes the pass again, gives it to Terry Horn. Right back to Parks, bounce it to Dixon. For Parks, looking for three, and Preston Parks with the draining. Parks drains another three. Trying to answer back and putting up two is Lenny Pradilla as he battled into the paint and pick up a pair. Dixon back for Parks, back to Dixon again, looking for McCoy in the paint. Bouncer, and that's going to end up out of bounds off the body of Latraven Black. And Terrius Ryan has come into the game for Young Harris. Also coming in, Seth McCoy of Young Harris. Mason McMurray has checked into the game for the Pacers, however, taking over for Jalen McCoy. On the hands of Carl Cleveland. Black watching him closely. Long pass almost ends up into the hands of head coach Mark Vanderslice as Young Harris couldn't keep it in bounds. McMurray, 6'7" sophomore, transfer out of Ohio. McMurray with it again. Latraven Black battling into the paint, puts his shot up, couldn't get it to go. Rebound's grabbed by Ryan. Ryan battling through coverage, puts his shot up, rebound, battled for, and Preston Parks will win that fight as he'll bring it back the other way. Parks gets a screen, gives it to Horn. Horn looking for a long three. That one comes up just short. Rebound for Black. He keeps it in bounds. McMurray, no-look pass for Horn. And Terry Horn, the hoop and the horn.
Terry Horn. Foul was on number 33.
Man, give some credit to everybody on that play. Latraven Black keeping it in bounds. Mason McMurray, the no-look pass. And then Terry Horn caps it off with the bucket and the foul. And Horn completes the three-point play as the Pacers lead it by 7. And we get a whistle here as they haven't started the shot clock. And they'll run it on down to 26 as the game clock sits at 16:02. Now Young Harris will continue on as Ryan has it. Pass picked off by Preston Parks. Underhand pass to Horn. Terry Horn again lays it up and lays it in. Ryan gets stripped of the ball, and we got a scrum on the floor, and a jump ball is called. And it's going to stay Young Harris ball, but heck of a job there by the Pacer D, and that's going to draw a timeout. 15:43 remaining. We'll take a break as we reach the first media timeout of the half. And welcome back from the media timeout. During the break, David Strother checked into the game for the Pacers. as they lead Young Harris 16-7 with 15:43 remaining in the first half. Young Harris has the ball as Lenny Pradilla inbounds it. Ryan with a pass on off here to Chavis. Chavis battling to the basket, and he'll get it to go in off the glass. Pacers back the other way. It's Strother. In for McMurray. Nice bounce pass for Black in the paint. Black trying and battles it in and puts it up and in for two. LaTraven Black on the board now. And we get a foul called here. It looks like it's going to go against Preston Parks of the Pacers. Second team foul, and Preston Parks' first foul in the contest. Inbound pass here to Ryan. Gives it over to Chavis. Chavis trying to get around McMurray. Does so. Gets stripped of it. It was Parks who knocked it loose, and LaTraven Black picked it up. Parks with a pass back to McMurray. It's Terry Horn now. Horn into McMurray. Just outside the paint. David Strother gets a bit of a screen. Now he'll try for three. Bounce off the back of the rim. Rebound is LaTraven Black. Now it's bobbled around. Still is loose. Black. Oh, Black almost picked it up. And it gets knocked on out of bounds as Young Harris touched it last. Pacers will get the inbound. And they're going to actually call a foul on the play. Foul was on Sam Conley, it appears. Oh, no, correction. I'm sorry, no. They were just resetting the shot clock. Now we have a foul, however. And Antarius Ryan gets called for the foul.
Going to the line to shoot two is number 15.
And now Mason McMurray will head to the line. McMurray 11 for 13 coming into the game from the charity stripe. And make it 12 for 14 now as he drains the first one. And that will bring in Caleb Towns now. Towns returning from the bench. And the Pacers look like they're going to bring in Samba Enji.
Number 24, Samba Enji.
Enji taking the place of LaTraven Black. Pacers lead now 10 as McMurray looks to add to it with his second try. And that one no good. Rebound is picked up by the Mountain Lions Towns. Pradilla battling off Strother. Long pass across to the far corner. Now it's Chavis. Chavis fights his way through the defense, gets the shot off and draws the foul, and that's going to be against Samba Enji.
24, Samba Enji. That's his first and the team's third at the charity stripe. Carl Chavis for two.
Carl Chavis to the line. He'll get a pair of tosses from the charity stripe. And the first one is good, 19-10. Josh Patino returning to the floor for Young Harris. As Chavis will try again. And his second effort is no good. McMurray goes up to get the board. David Strother will bring it up. Hand off to McMurray. McMurray fakes his shot, gives it back to David Strother. Strother with a pass here to Parks in the corner. From the corner for three. That one a bit short. Rebound will be grabbed by Patino. Up for Chavis. Chavis has pass beautifully laid out for Caleb Towns, who puts it up and puts it in for two. Strother again. Gives it to McMurray. McMurray doesn't like what he sees. Gives it to Terry Horn. Horn pulls up, takes a shot. That one no good. Rebound picked up by Towns. Be brought up by Pradilla. Under the hands again of Patino, and Patino couldn't get it to go. And Tyler Johnson will check into the game for the Pacers as Young Harris will inbound it from under the basket. Bounce it into Chavis. Young Harris gets the offense going again. Driving on in is Chavis. He gets through the defense, gets the shot off, rebound. Picked up, kicked out to Patino, and it is picked up by Johnson on the rebound. Johnson fighting his way through to the bucket. Can't get that to go as Carl Cleveland comes up with the rebound. Another try for Chavis. He tries to get around NG, puts his shot up, rebound. It's grabbed by McMurray. Pacers slowing the pace a little bit as Strother has it. Pass into McMurray in the paint. Bounce pass here to NG. NG reaches up round the rim, couldn't get it to go down, and Caleb Towns will pick up the rebound. Another drive in towards the basket, shot. NG able to hit the nice stall, standing defense there from Samba NG. Pacers back on the attack again. Johnson pass into McMurray. McMurray dances in the paint, puts his shot up off the back of the rim again. Can't get it to go. Pacers suddenly having trouble burying the basket. Cleveland with a pass to Chavis. Chavis again tries to pass it to Patino and nearly takes off the head of the Pacer bench. That was a rocket pass that missed its mark. The Pacers will inbound it from their own bench. And David Strother will be the one to bring it up. A little back and forth affair. Now Tyler Johnson has it. Puts it up here for McCoy, and Jalen McCoy able to put a light touch on it and drop it in for two. Kicked out to the corner here. Young Harris now driving in. It's Patino. Long three-point try here by Carl Cleveland, and Carl Cleveland will nail it on a pass from Patino, who gets the assist. Six-point lead for the Pacers as this one goes to McMurray. Pass from McMurray goes off the hand of Towns. I don't think he even realized it was coming near him. Otherwise, he might have made a pick on that.
We have a full media.
And a full media timeout is called before we get the inbound pass. 11:34 to go in the first half. Pacers leading Young Harris 21-15. And the action resumes here at the Convocation Center. Pacers leading Young Harris by 6 as play will resume in the Young Harris end. Pacers will inbound it. Good pressure there from the Mountain Lions. They're not trying to give the Pacers any angle. And we get a whistle here. Traveling call is what the officials say, as the aggressive stance by the Mountain Lions paid off. And now they'll bring it up the floor. It's Ryan trying to get around Johnson, driving into the basket, and his shot goes out of bounds off of the block. I believe that was Tyler Johnson who got a hand on it to send it away from its intended mark. Caleb Furr is checked into the game for the Pacers. As this one gets knocked out of bounds again, it'll stay Young Harris ball, but another second comes off the shot clock. And they'll go in to Towns. Handoff here to Ryan, but an extra step before the dribble, and it's a turnover for Antares Ryan on the traveling call. David Strother bringing it up. Gives it over to Tyler Johnson, who gives it right back. Strother to McCoy, back to Strother. And we get an offensive foul called here against Caleb Furr.
That's his first since the team scored.
Fourth foul of the day for the Pacers. Ryan will bring it up, fights through the defense, gets NG to jump, and he puts it off the glass and in. And Terrace Ryan read the defense well there. And now the Pacers trying to answer back. Ooh, Strother almost had it stripped. Tyler Johnson looking for three. Oh, it went in and out, and it'll go out of play.
Substituting is number 25, Lenny Perdilla. Back on the court for the Pacers, Terry Horn.
Perdilla returning to the floor for Young Harris, as will Terry Horn for the Pacers. And over here to Chavis. Chavis under pressure, pass to Towns, who puts a shot up. Couldn't get it to go, and the Pacers will nab the rebound. David Strother steps back, gives it to Terry Horn. Horn directs traffic, gives it to Caleb Furr. Back to Tyler Johnson. Terry Horn has it again. Strother to Furr. Furr pass to NG. NG couldn't play it. Now NG battling through and finally gets it to go. Lenny Perdilla trying to fight his way into the paint. Will try to pass it on off. Gets it back again. Puts a shot up and will draw a late foul call here. And that's going to go against David Strother.
David Strother, his first Vincent Team Smith. Visiting the charity stripe is Lenny Perdilla.
Perdilla will head to the charity stripe now. Coming into the game, Perdilla shooting 6-13 from the line. And he'll increase his percentage as that one goes through. 23-18 the score. Carl Cleveland returning to the floor as well for Young Harris. Second try is no good. Terry Horn goes up to get the rebound. David Strother. Back and forth between Tyler Johnson and Strother. Now Horn gives it back to Strother. Strother gives it to Furr. Caleb Furr looking for three. That's going to come up short. Rebound will end up as a foul instead, and they're going to call the foul against Christian Schock. Gets called for the foul, his very first foul, and it's also the first time he's seeing action today. As Terry Horn will get the pass in to Johnson, over to Strother, back to Furr. Furr thinks about it, passes it in to Samba NG. NG putting a shot up, and after a couple bounces, it goes on down for two. Perdilla with the pass on off here to Cleveland. Cleveland trying to fight off Furr. Gets a pass on out here to Perdilla. Perdilla battling into the paint, goes down, has the awareness though to get it back to Schock. And now Schock will reset the offense. Perdilla over to Towns. Towns trying to shove off NG, dances around, can't do anything with it. Long pass, oh, almost through the hands. Here's a shot by Cleveland, and at the buzzer, Carl Cleveland nails a three-point basket to bring the Mountain Lions within 4. That was good defense by the Pacers. It's just a good shot by Young Harris. NG tries to get a shot on off, but gets stripped of it. And the foul will go against Shock again.
His second to team sixth. Samba NG to the line.
Well, that'll send the big number 24 for the Pacers to the line. NG only 6 of 16 from the charity stripe, looking to get that percentage up a bit. And that won't help any as it goes off the back of the rim and out.
Seth McCoy, and on the court for the Pacers, number 0, Preston Parks.
Seth McCoy out there for Young Harris. Preston Parks returning for the Pacers. NG trying again, and this time he nails his shot. Good movement here by Pradilla as he battled all the way through, gets it out to Cleveland. Long pass here for McCoy. Kicks it over to Chavis. Chavis from the corner, rebound battled for, and it'll end up getting knocked into the student section. Pacer basketball. Pacers will slowly bring it up the floor. 8:08 remaining in the first half. Strother to Furr. Furr almost did it, took his eye off it. Hard pass in for Preston Parks. And go ahead and take another look at that one. That was a beauty by Preston Parks for 2. Pass here for Cleveland. Cleveland gonna try for another 3. It went round and out. And Terry Horn on the receiving end of the rebound. Horn will fight his way towards the basket, puts his shot up, couldn't get it to go. NG battles for it on the putback attempt, and it coming away with it is Young Harris. It's Pradilla again, and Lenny Pradilla weaving his way through the defense for 2. Strother pulls back, puts a shot up, and drops it in. 7-point lead again for the Pacers. Pradilla tries to get around Horn, will pass it over to McCoy. McCoy looking for 3, that one was a bit long, and a foul is called before the rebound could be grabbed, and I think this might go against USC Aiken.
The foul is on number 24 of the Pacers,
Samba NG is called on a foul, and we have a media timeout coming up before we return to the action. Pacers up 30-23 as we head into the break. And welcome back, folks. Marcus Johnson here, bringing you the action from Young Harris versus USC Aiken. Shot going up right out of the break. Carl Chavis drawing the foul. Couldn't get the bucket, however. And Caleb Furr gets called on the foul. Second foul of the day for Furr. Chavis will head to the line for a pair of tosses, however. And the first toss is good, 30-24.
For the Pacers comes number 12, Jalen McCoy.
Jalen McCoy has entered the matchup again. Second free throw try is also good, and the Pacer lead cut to 5. Terry Horn, David Strother, back and forth passing game. Into for McCoy in the paint. McCoy fakes his shot, goes up the other way, and drops it in for two. It's Perdilla. Perdilla being watched by David Strother. Tries to make his move around Strother, not giving him any room. Kicks it back out to Chavis. Chavis fakes his shot, but he's going to get called. No, they're going to call a foul on USC Aiken. And I think it's on David Strother. That is the call. Second foul for Strother. Or correction, third foul for David Strother.
Once again, Carl Chavis.
No, I take it back. That is his second foul.
Number 30 of the Pacers, Demetrius Dixon.
Dixon will return to the game. Carl Chavis at the line, and he gets the first one to go. And Chavis is perfect on the trip, and lead cut back down to 5. Demetrius Dixon will bring the ball up for the Pacers. Bounce pass in for McCoy. McCoy pops it up and drops it down. Perdilla gets a screen as Dixon gets close. Here's a try for McCoy for 3, and McCoy couldn't get it to go, kept in bounds. Dixon, long pass here for Black. Over here for Preston Parks, and Parks gets fouled on the effort.
Foul is on number 25, Lenny Perdilla.
And Lenny Perdilla getting called on the foul. First foul of the game for him.
For 2, Preston Parks.
Parks at the line here. And Preston Parks nails his first try.
Number 21, Josh Patel.
And Parks again perfect at the stripe. Preston Parks has at this point only missed one free throw now on 36 trips. So he's 35 for 36 from the charity stripe. As there's a battle here under the basket. Terry Horn coming up with the rebound on the effort from Carl Cleveland. Horn fighting into the paint. Pulls up, takes his shot, round the rim and in for 2. Lenny Perdilla again has it. Trying to get the offense going again for Young Harris. Perdilla driving into the basket, gets it stripped, but they're going to call a foul. Much to the displeasure of the USC Aiken crowd as Latraven Black is called on the foul. 9th foul of the half for the Pacers. So Lenny Perdilla will head to the line for, I believe, 1 and a bonus. Or correction, no, they're just going to say he was fouled on the attempt, so he gets 2 regardless. And checking into the game for the first, or checking into the game after a long break, McLean Hokewater. And he's 2 for 2. Lenny Perdilla goes to the line and makes both attempts to cut the lead to 9. Pacers back on the attack with 5 1/4 to play. Preston Parks is watched closely, drives into the paint. Back to McCoy, back to Parks again. Parks stepping back a little bit. Horn with a pass to Black, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Parks' pass to Horn is deflected. Back to Parks again, 5 seconds to shoot. He takes his shot, and Preston Parks drains the 3. Here's a try here for Petito as he tries to drive into the paint. No-look pass here to Perdilla, and Perdilla able to lay it up and in. Terry Horn taking the pass from Dixon. Fights his way towards the basket, puts his shot up from a bad angle, and makes it go in. Pass over here to Chavis. Chavis fighting his way in, and an offensive foul is called on Carl Chavis. Pacer basketball.
Foul is on Young Harris, number 12. Carl Chavis, that's his second. It's the team's 8. Checking in number 1, Antarius Ryan, and number 5, Christian Schock.
Ryan and Schock have returned to the game for Young Harris as the Pacers bring it up with Demetrius Dixon. Terry Horn has it again. It's into the hands of Parks. Parks driving in, kicks to Horn. Low pass, so Horn has to play around with it a bit. Pacers will reset as Parks takes it. Pulls up, trying for 3 again, and Preston Parks willing the ball in with another 3 ball. Nice bounce pass from Ryan to Schock. Schock with a handoff here to Cleveland. Carl Cleveland fighting off Dixon into the paint. Pass broken up and stolen away by Black. He gets it up to Preston Parks. Up the glass. Oh, Latraven Black couldn't get it to go in. McCoy on the rebound, however. And it rolls on out of bounds.
And we're reaching under 4-minute media timeout on the floor.
Now, Young Harris will have the ball as we head into the final media timeout of the half. 3:08 to go before halftime. It's 46-31. And we're back from the final media timeout of the first half. 3:08 to go in the half. Young Harris with the ball. And they'll bring it on up with Antarius Ryan. Ryan under heavy pressure here from Dixon. And they're going to call Dixon for a reach.
The foul was on the Pacers, number 30, Demetrius Dixon, his
First foul of the day for Demetrius Dixon, and the Pacers have hit 10 fouls. So Ryan will head to the line for 2. And the first try bounces off the back of the rim and drops on through. 46-32. And Ryan is 2 for 2 on the trip. Pacers now up 46-33. Dixon will slowly bring it on up. A little pass action back and forth. Dixon has it again, and a whistle. Foul going to be called away from where the ball was, and it's going to go against Caleb Towns.
His second, the team's 9th.
Second foul for Caleb Towns. And Latraven Black's going to head to the line again for 2. And Black couldn't get it to go, but he picks up the rebound. Drives into the paint and eventually gets it stripped away as Christian Schock scoops up the loose ball. Another poke here from Preston Parks. Ooh, almost picked off by Dixon. 3-ball try for Shock, and he knocks it off the glass and in. Pacer lead back down to 10 again. Dixon thinks about 3, pulls it back, gives it to Parks. Parks with time, looking for 3. Couldn't get it, but Latravian Black is there to scoop up the rebound. Parks drives into the paint this time, tries to pass it to Black, but a foul is called on the play.
The foul is on number 1 of the Mountain Lions, Antarius Ryan.
Ryan getting called for the foul, second foul for Antarius Ryan. And Preston Parks will head to the line for 2. And Parks nails the first try, gets the lead back up to 11. Samba Ng returning to the floor for the Pacers as Latravian Black heads to the bench. And Parks nails another one. 48-36, the lead is 12. And Terrace Ryan shaking off Dixon, but Dixon catches up again. Heavy pressure, ball's knocked away, but it's scooped up by Shock. Ryan again has it, this time Horn watching him. Terry Horn guarding the paint well. The ball is kicked back to Hochwater and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Mountain Lion ball with an 8-second shot clock.
Substituting the base line number 3, Tyler Johnson.
And Tyler Johnson will return to the floor as Demetrius Dixon will take a breather. McLean Hochwater will inbound this. Long pass is to Towns. Little handoff here for Cleveland. Cleveland tries to fight his way to the basket and ends up stripped of the ball. 2 seconds left on the shot clock, time enough to inbound it and try to fire off a quick shot for the Mountain Lions. We'll see what they do as Ryan will take the inbound pass. Passes quickly on in, 1 second, 0, and they're gonna wave off the shot as Caleb Towns held onto the ball for too long. Shot clock violation, and it's Pacer basketball. $1:30 to go in the half. Pacers will take their time with 25 seconds on the shot clock. McCoy takes a shot from a bad angle, couldn't get it to go, but NG scoops up the rebound. Stripped of the ball, it's on the floor, still loose. McCoy picks it up, tries again, and this time draws the foul.
The foul is on number 35, Carl Cleveland.
Carl Cleveland gets called on the foul, first foul of the day for him.
For the Pacers, Jalen McCoy.
And now we'll see Jalen McCoy head to the line for 2. And McCoy just a little short on that as it rested on the rim for about a second before falling out. Second try by McCoy is waved off. And they call lane violation on Samba Ng. The Pacers come away empty with that trip.
The Pacers is number 1, Latravian Black.
And Latravian Black returns to the floor as Samba Ng steps off. It's Perdilla bringing it up. Preston Parks watching him. Perdilla gets around, through to the basket, puts his shot up, rebound, knocked high into the air. It's grabbed by Young Harris. Hochwater with a second effort, and he will get it to go down to draw the hoop and the harm.
The basket was good. The foul was on the Pacers, Jalen McCoy, his first.
Jalen McCoy getting called on the foul, his first foul of the game. And now we will see McLean Hochwater head to the line to try to complete the three-point play. And Hochwater does so, knocking it through as we hit the final minute in the first half. Pacer lead has been cut down to 9. Preston Parks Gives it over to Terry Horn. Tyler Johnson back to Parks. No look to Horn. Horn tries to drive in, but a whistle blows the play dead before he can do anything. And it is going to be a foul on Caleb Towns. Third foul for Towns.
Going to the line to shoot two for the Pacers is Latravian Black.
Pacers will send Black back to the line. And Black knocks down his first free throw.
Number 22, Paul Hosey.
And Young Harris will send out Paul Hosey for the first time in the game. See some action in the final 44.3 in the half as Black's second try, no good. Rebound is picked up by the Mountain Lions. Perdilla. A little handoff here to Cleveland. Cleveland fighting his way in. Can't get the shot to go, but it's Hochwater who grabs the loose ball. Long pass ends up through the hands of Ryan. And they're going to call backcourt violation here.
Pacer basketball.
The Pacers will take over with 24.9 to play, so they'll turn off the shot clock. But not before we have a 30-second timeout taken by the Pacers. So we'll take a very short break and be right back with a final 24.9 in the half. And the timeout comes to a close, and we will get back to the rest of the first half. Pacers will have the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. I said they turned it off, but instead they just gave it they cut a few seconds off of the shot clock. The 4 seconds separate both of these clocks. Preston Parks driving into the basket, puts his shot up, draws the foul. And it'll be 2 shots for number 0 in white, as the foul is called against Paul Hosey. First foul of the day for him.
At the line for the Pacers, shooting 2, Preston Parks.
And Parks unable to knock his first one down.
Number 5 and number 33, Seth McCoy. Christian Shock.
McCoy and Shock returning to the action for Young Harris as well, as Parks will try again. And this time Parks drops it through. 11-point lead again for the Pacers. Perdilla under heavy pressure. McCoy trying to knock it loose. Perdilla kicks it back on out here to Shock. And they're going to wave the shot off as an offensive foul is called against Young Harris with 0.7 of a second remaining on the clock. Might be able to pull a Christian Nobles here if you remember several years back. Nope, they're not even going to try. Christian Nobles' 3-quarter shot record is safe as the Pacers head to the locker room with an 11-point lead at 50-39. And we will have your first half stats in just a moment. And your first half stats. Team stats for will be first here. Young Harris, 11 of 28 from the field for a 39.2 percentage. 4 of 10 from beyond the arc. That's a 40% shooting percentage, and 13 of 15 from the charity stripe, good for an 86.7 percentage from the free throw line. For USC Aiken, Pacers 18 of 35 from the floor, good for 51.4%, also shooting 5 of 12 from beyond the arc, 41.7% on three-pointers. Free throws, not as good as Young Harris, though, 9 of 15, good for 60% from the charity stripe. In terms of team rebounds, Pacers out rebounding Young Harris 20-19, only one rebound separated in the two. And as for steals, Pacers doing an excellent job in the turnover category. 4 steals to 1 for Young Harris, and in terms of turnovers, Mountain Lions with 12 turnovers to the Pacers 6. Your team leaders, Preston Parks leads the field with 16 points on the game, followed closely by Terry Horns 15. And then Jalen McCoy following suit with him with 8 points. Over on the Young Harris side, very balanced across the score sheet. Carl Chavis and Lenny Pradilla leading their teams with 9 points apiece. In fact, Carl Chavis is only 1 for 4 from the floor, but he has 7 of 8 from the charity stripe, so he's doing his work there. The next closest to those two would be Carl Cleveland. He has 6 points in the contest. And the second half will get underway in just under 13 minutes, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more USC Aiken basketball in just a bit. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of USC Aiken men's basketball versus the Young Harris Mountain Lions. Marcus Johnson here. Again, thank you for joining us on your Saturday afternoon/evening as we creep into the evening hours. Pacers leading 50-39 as we start the second half. Pacers with the basketball as we get back underway. Preston Parks with the ball now. Looks for an open man, gives it into Latraven Black. Latraven Black battling into the paint, puts his shot up, and he'll drop it in for two to start off the half. Antarius Ryan fighting his way towards the basket. His shot comes up short. Rebound is scooped up by Demetrius Dixon. Dixon trying to go coast to coast, puts his shot up, and puts it in for the hoop and the horn.
The foul is on number 1, Antarius Ryan.
Ryan getting called on the foul. First foul of the half for the team. Third foul for Ryan in the game as Dixon will take a trip to the line for the three-pointer, or for the three-point play. And Dixon can't get that to go, so he'll just have to settle for the made bucket. Lenny Pradilla fighting his way in towards the basket. It bounces around, and Terry Horn reaches up and brings down the loose ball. Horn will get it out to Dixon again. Dixon with a pass into Jalen McCoy. McCoy popping it up and dropping it down. McCoy hitting 10 points on the afternoon. Third Pacer to be in double digits in scoring. Trouble here with for Cleveland as he has some difficulty handling the ball. He'll try to pass it on out, but a foul is called before the play can develop, and it's going to go against, I believe, Latraven Black. And that is the call. Second foul for Black. First foul of the half for the Pacers. Inbound pass almost goes over the head of Carl Chavis. And another foul is called. This one called on the floor. And it's going to go against Jalen McCoy, his second foul.
That's his second and the team's second this half.
Pass is inbounded to Ryan. Ryan will give it on over to Chavis. Chavis driving on in, loses the ball, and Preston Parks will come away with it. Parks, little underhanded pass to Horn. Horn gets fouled on the layup attempt, and he will head to the line for two as the foul is called against Carl Cleveland. That'll be the second foul for Cleveland.
Going to the line to shoot two is Terry Horn.
And Horn knocks down his first one. 57-39. And Terry Horn knocks them both down on that trip. Josh Pateno heading back into the game for Young Harris. Lenny Pradilla being watched by Dixon as he takes his time looking for an open lane. Gives the ball on over to Patino. Patino backing off a little bit as Terry Horn closes in. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Patino still can't get around Horn. Tries to take his shot, and he manages to knock it through from the top of the arc. It's Jalen McCoy who fights his way into the paint, tries to get it to go, can't quite do so. Black comes up with the loose ball, and he'll knock it off the glass and down for two. Long pass up again here for Chavis. They'll give it over to Hochwater. Long three-point try from the corner.
Josh Patino's three-point basket was good.
And Patino manages to knock it through. The foul was called, so it's a 4-point play for Josh Patino.
Checking the lineup for the Pacers is David Struther. And Patino at the line for the Ware. 4-point play.
And Pateno knocks it through, so the 4-point play converted. Aces will try to counter. Bounce pass in for Black. Black hands it off to Horn. Horn puts his shot up, and Terry Horn draws the foul, and he'll head back to the line for some free throws. Carl Chavis gets called for the foul. Third foul for Chavis. And again, Terry Horn at the line. And Horn knocks it through. 61-45. Seth McCoy returning to the game as Carl Chavis in a little bit of foul trouble heads off. And another perfect trip for Terry Horn as he knocks them both down. Brings the Pacer lead back up to 17. Pradilla gets a screen, moves into the corner. Now he'll top it to the top of the arc. Here's a shot from Patino, and he'll knock it on through. Patino in double digits now in scoring with 11. Pass in for Black, bounced it under the basket for Jalen McCoy, who reaches up and knocks it down. Carl Cleveland pulls up, takes a shot for three, falls down as the basket didn't go, and a foul called here against McLean Hochwater as he knocks Preston Parks to the floor.
Foul was on number 10, McLean Hochwater. That's his first.
And that's the first foul for Hochwater in the game. Fourth foul in the game in the half for Young Harris. David Strother will bring it up. Flanked by Parks, who he gives it to. Right back to Strother, back to Parks. Bounced into the corner for McCoy. McCoy driving into the paint, puts his shot up, and he'll knock it in for another 2 points. Pradilla getting the offense going for the Mountain Lions. Trying to get through Preston Parks. Almost loses it. Nice little pass here to Hochwater, and Hochwater knocks it off the glass and in. Pacers setting up the attack again. Pass here for Horn. Horn thinks about three, moves in, takes his shot, and he'll drop it in for another 2 points. Terry Horn has broken past the 20 mark. He's got 21 in the game so far. Had a career night in his last outing, putting up 30 points. We'll see if he can match that total. As Young Harris counters with another try here from Carl Cleveland. Gets the putback and puts it down. David Strother. He's watched by a trio. Gives it over to Horn. Back to Strother. Strother thinks about three. Knocks it for Parks in the corner for three. And that one goes off the back of the rim and out. Brought up by Patino. Little pass here into the corner. Back for Hochwater. Hochwater reaching over Jalen McCoy and knocking it through for two. It's Parks and Strother again. In for Black. Back out to Horn. Horn taking his time, giving it back to Strother. Strother will try in for McCoy, and Jalen McCoy flushes it down. Long try here for Seth McCoy, and Seth McCoy's three-point basket could not go as he gets knocked out of bounds. And we reach the first media timeout of the second half. We'll take a break. Pacers up 70-53. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. During the timeout, Antarius Ryan checked in for Young Harris. Mason McMurray and Samba Ng are back in action for the Pacers as they have a decent lead over Young Harris at 70-53. David Strother fakes the pass, pulls up and takes his shot for three, and he absolutely nails it. And Ryan driving it hard towards the basket, tries to kick it on out, gets it to Cleveland. Now Cleveland will fight his way in, bounces it under his legs to Hookwire. That was almost a beautiful play, but it comes away to Terry Horn, who tries his shot. No foul called as Horn ends up on the ground. Another try here for Carl Cleveland, and Cleveland able to get around Samba Ng for the bucket. Try here for Preston Parks for three, and Preston Parks rattles it around the rim and down. Preston Parks at 19 points in the game. He's looking to get to 20. Pulling up is Ryan. Ryan, from about the charity stripe, gets it to go in. And a foul called on the play after the basket was made. And it's going to be a foul against Samba Ng, it looks like. Ng's third foul.
Checking in the mountain line lineup, Carl Chavis.
The Young Harris will go back on offense after the foul called on Ng. As Ryan will inbound it to Chavis. Good quick pass. McMurray gets him to flinch. Stepping to the side, it was McCoy. His shot couldn't go. And Preston Parks coming up with the rebound. Parks ends up drawing the foul. I thought in a second they might call an offensive foul, but instead it's going to be Josh Pateno. First foul for Pateno, fifth foul for the Mountain Lions. So give the ball to Black, who knocks it on over to David Strother. Strother going to try for three again. It comes up short. Ng picks up the rebound, however. Back for McMurray. McMurray in the corner. Faked a three and gets it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay Pacer ball with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Strother will inbound it. Gives it to Horn. Horn finding Preston Parks. Parks making his moves, pulls up, puts his shot up, and Preston Parks can't seem to miss as he knocks in another two. He and Black, each with 21 points apiece. Ooh, almost knocked off the hands of Carl Chavis. Chavis fighting his way up. Shot couldn't go, and Terry Horn coming away with the rebound out of the scrum. Horn will hand it to Parks. Parks looking for three, and again, Preston Parks knocking it down with an assist from Terry Horn. Nice move here by Ryan. Kicks it out to the corner. Chavis fakes his shot, gives it on over to Cleveland. Cleveland fighting into the basket, picks up his own rebound, tries again, kicking it on over to Patino. Into the corner now. It's a try for Ryan. He couldn't get it to go. Another effort, and this time a foul is called as Carl Cleveland went up for the shot. And it will be against Samba Ng again. That's his fourth foul, so Ng in a bit of trouble. And we have another media timeout coming up before we head to the free throws. 81-57 is your score with 11:42 remaining in the second half. And welcome back, folks. McLean Hookwater checking back into the game for Young Harris.
Number 35, Carl Cleveland at the charity strike for 2.
Carl Cleveland is at the line for a pair of free throws, fresh out of the break.
For the Pacers, number 1, Latravian Black, and number 3, Tyler Johnson.
Latravian Black and Tyler Johnson have returned to the game as well for the Pacers. Cleveland's first try is no good, so the score stays right where it is at 81-57. And Cleveland knocks down his second try. 81-58 the score as the Pacers come back the other way. Pass into McMurray. Mason McMurray. Now he makes his move. Fighting his way in towards the basket. Gets the ball knocked loose, and now we got a battle for it on the floor. And that's going to turn into a jump ball. Young Harris will take possession. Ryan moving around. Faces up against McMurray, puts his shot up. It's going to be short, and McMurray will come away with the ball. Preston Parks back to McMurray. McMurray faking the three. No-look pass here. It's Tyler Johnson in the corner for three. And that one off the mark a little bit, and a foul is called on the battle for the rebound. And I think this is going to go against Carl Cleveland. Third foul for Cleveland, sixth foul for Young Harris.
Number 11, Caleb Towns.
Pradilla and Towns returning to the floor as Ryan and Hookwater step on off. Strother with a pass in for McMurray. McMurray not sure what to do with it. Lunges it on over for Strother for three, and it is a drain by David Strother. Nice moves here by Chavis as he fights in towards the basket, drawing the foul on the shot. But Chavis will head to the charity stripe for two as the foul is called against Mason McMurray. First foul for McMurray.
Visiting the charity stripe is number 12, Carl Chavis.
And Chavis knocks down his first try, 84-59. Second effort for Chavis, and he is perfect on the trip.
Substituting is number 5, Christian Schock.
Christian Schock will come back into the game for Young Harris. Pacers up by 24, 84-60 with 10:40 left to play. Strother driving in, passes it on off for Black. Ooh, and Black almost got it down, but instead he'll have to settle for drawing the foul. And it's going to be against Caleb Towns, the fourth foul for Towns. A lot of guys in foul trouble here for Young Harris. And Latravian Black will try for one, and he makes the first. Basically now 25. Terry Horn about to check back into the game for the Pacers. And Black can't knock the second one down. Johnson comes up with the rebound, however. Pass on over for Parks. Parks, no-look pass for Johnson. Johnson bounces it once, and he couldn't get it to go down as the rebound is scooped up by Cleveland. Chavis drives on in, kicks it on out to the far corner for Pradilla for three. No good, McMurray on the rebound. It's David Strother now who comes up with it. Strother weaves his way in, tries to pass to Black, ends up picking it up himself as it comes over to McMurray. Now it's Preston Parks. Parks, who's already having a career night with a career-high 24 points. Instead, give it on over for Strother. Parks again. Gives it to Johnson, in for Black. Traven Black fighting towards the basket, and he'll draw the foul instead, and he'll take a trip to the line.
The foul is on number 11 in the Mountain Lions, Caleb Towns, and that's his fifth. Checking in number 21, Josh Patino, number 22, Paul Hosey.
Patino and
at the line shooting 2.
Paul Hosey checking into the game, and Traven Black, or sorry, not Traven Black, Terry Horn coming into the game for Preston Parks. So you trade out one 20-point score for another. I'm sure that's something that Coach Mark Vanderslice would like to have a lot of on his team, as the first try for Black is no good. Score stays at 85-60. And again, Black couldn't come away with anything on this trip. The young Harris would move it down the floor. Perdilla has it knocked loose, but he's able to recover in time. Gives the ball on over to Schock. It's Chavis again. Chavis fights his way in towards the basket. Shot goes up, and McMurray comes down with the rebound. David Strother will move the ball into the paint. Tried to pass it, ends up running into defenders, and it's stolen away by the Mountain Lions. And a very soft whistle, but a whistle nonetheless, results in a turnover for Young Harris, as I believe Perdilla stepped out of bounds. 9 minutes remaining in the second half. David Strother bringing it up and giving it to Johnson, who just gives it back. A bounce in for McMurray. Strother again has it. Pulls up for a second, fakes the three, bounces it once for Black, and a foul called. They'll wave off the shot. Foul is going to be against Paul Hosey. Or sorry, against Patino. Second foul for Patino, ninth foul for Young Harris, and Traven Black will head to the line for 1 and 1. And again, Black hitting the back of that rim for the third consecutive try. And we have a shot from the corner here. It was Patino who couldn't get it to go. Now Tyler Johnson coming away quickly down to the other side, and Tyler Johnson drops it in. Perdilla has his pass deflected. It's David Strother with the steal. Can he score? Oh, he couldn't get the pass on off to Traven Black, as it was tipped by a defender and given right back to the Mountain Lions.
Foul is on number 23, the Pacers, David Strother. That's his third.
Third foul for David Strother. Seventh foul for the Pacers in the half. And Paul Hosey will go to the line for 1 and 1. Paul Hosey making his first trip to the free throw line for the season, and he is perfect at 1,000% for the season. And he is 2 for 2 for the 2021-2022 season. David Strother will give it to Johnson. Back to Strother again. Strother into the paint, goes up, and knocks it off the glass and down. Strother in double digits now. 10 points for David Strother, as Young Harris will try to answer. It's Patino. Giving it on over to Perdilla. Back to Chavis. Chavis looking for an opening. It goes off a body, but it's kept in play by the Mountain Lions. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Chavis, his shot goes up over top and hits the shot clock. And the foul goes against Traven Black. Third foul for Black. And the 8th foul for the Pacers. And we head to the media timeout. 89-62 is the score with 7:33 remaining. We'll be back in just a little bit. We come back from the break. Pacers still leading Young Harris 89-62. And at the line shooting, Carl Chavis. And Chavis's first try is good. 89-63. And the second attempt after a couple bounces goes through. The Pacer lead 89-64. David Strother will bring it up. Gets a screen from Caleb Furr. Now it's Terry Horn, who gives it on back to David Strother. Strother fighting his way through the defense. Furr with the tap, and he puts it back in for two. Strother stealing it away, looking for three. Oh, he couldn't get it. Tyler Johnson on the rebound, though. Back out to David Strother. Pacer offense setting it back up. It's Johnson with the hoop and the horn.
The foul was on number 5, Christian Schock, his third.
Third foul of the day going to Christian Schock.
McLean Hopewater, number 33, 7 McCoy, and Johnson at the line for the three-point play.
And now Tyler Johnson will try to knock one down for the three-point play. Trying to make the lead an even 30. And he knocks it through. The Pacer lead 30 at 94-64. Ooh, good moves here by Pradilla as he goes up, and he'll knock it on down. Ooh, and a steal quickly by Pradilla as they're going to try again. Oh, as I say that, Carl Cleveland gets caught with a stutter step, and the traveling call turns the ball over and gives it right back to the Pacers. David Strother to Terry Horn. Horn looking for an opening. Pulls up, takes a shot, and Terry Horn putting it in for another pair. Seth McCoy with a little handoff here to Cleveland. Cleveland gonna try for three at the top of the arc, and he'll drain it. Tyler Johnson in for Furr. Furr fakes his shot, drives into the basket, puts his shot up. No good. Rebound scooped up by Cleveland. Cleveland will bounce it on up for Pradilla. Pradilla kicks it out to the corner for Chavis. Chavis, uncontested three, and he won't get it as Terry Horn comes away with the rebound. Horn going coast to coast. Now he'll give it to McMurray. McMurray now driving. No look pass for Horn. Somehow corrals it and drops it in for two. Long pass here for Chavis. Chavis fighting off McMurray. Puts his shot up and draws the foul instead. Foul going to be called against McMurray. Second foul for Mason McMurray. 9th for the Pacers. And Chavis continues to nail his free throws.
And number 21, Josh Pateno, and Paul Hosey check in for Mount Lions.
And Chavis knocks down another one. Preston Parks returning to the game as David Strother just goes in and lays it up and lays it down to give the Pacers 100 points in the contest. Chavis into the corner. It's into the hands of Patino. Patino moving on in and knocking it off the glass and down.
Number 21, Josh Pateno.
Another try here for Parks for three. Oh, he couldn't get that one to go. Josh Patino moving it on up himself. Gives the ball to Seth McCoy. McCoy looking for three. Can't get it. Put back try by Paul Hosey is good. And the Pacer lead cut down to 25 at 100-75. Strother steps back, fires a shot, and nails it from the top of the key. Long pass over the head of everybody, ends up at the scoring table. And it'll be Pacer basketball as they check in Carl Cleveland for Young Harris. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in regulation. And we're going to take a full timeout and be back in 60 seconds for the conclusion of the second half. Back from the break, McLean Hochwater back into the game for Young Harris as USC Aiken continues to dominate here, 102-75 with 4:10 left to play. David Strother bringing it on up. Eating some clock. And he gives it to Furr. Preston Parks with it again to Strother. Strother fighting his way into the paint, kicks it out to Parks. Parks looking for three, and he put a little too much behind that. Johnson coming down with the rebound, but he can't corral it in time as Cleveland comes away with the loose ball. Try here by Patino, who lays it up and lays it down, beating out Mason McMurray. Parks into the paint, puts a shot up, and he'll knock it down for a pair. Parks continuing to add to his career high. The shot here, ooh, volleyball set by McLean Hochwater trying to knock it on in, but instead we'll have a foul on the play.
The foul is on the Pacers, number 23,
David Strother gets called for the foul, fourth foul for number 23 in white. And now we've reached the under 4 minute media timeout. So we will take another break, be back. 104-77 is the score, Pacers leading Young Harris. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3:16 remaining in regulation as USC Aiken leading Young Harris again 104-77. Lenny Pradilla at the line for the Mountain Lions, fresh out of the break.
And we change the shooter to number 10, Hookwater.
And correction, McLean Hookwater is at the stripe. And Hookwater's first try, no good. Score stays right where it is. And Hookwater knocks down his second try, 104-78, as the Pacers move it up the floor. Tyler Johnson with it. Sees an open lane, decides instead to pass it on over to Strother. Back to Johnson, back to Strother. Strother kicks it over to McMurray. Mason McMurray looking for three, and Mason McMurray just drains it. Try here again from Pradilla, and Pradilla knocking that one down for two. Pacers back the other way fast. Johnson pulls up, fires for three, no good. Rebound, Caleb Furr accidentally coming away with it, and we have a jump ball. And it'll be the Pacer basketball as we have a full shift change for Young Harris.
Number 5, Christian Schott.
And the crowd erupting as the Pacers prepare to make their substitutions. First of all, coming in is Cameron Little, and Melvin Archie joins. If you could hear it over the PA or over the microphone, the crowd kept chanting, "We want Melvin." And now Melvin Archie is out there. Vanderslice appeasing the crowd as Young Harris comes away with the ball on a quick steal. Pulling up and taking his shot was Pradilla. He couldn't get it as David Strother comes away with the ball. Strother to Archie. Archie for three. His shot off the mark. And another jump ball. This time it's going to go to Young Harris. Pradilla trying to get around Archie. Passes it on over to Schock. Schock barreling over Tyler Johnson. And the foul will be called against Tyler Johnson.
The foul is charged to number 3, Tyler Johnson. That's his first.
First foul of the contest for Johnson. Christian Schock will go to the line for two. And Schock misses his first try. Pacer lead stays at 27. Second try is good. 107-81 the scores. Pacers bring it back up. Archie with the ball to Strother. Strother with another pass to Archie. Archie fighting his way in towards the basket, and Melvin Archie drops it down. Pradilla fighting his way through. Archie with the block, and Johnson coming up with the rebound. Back for Archie. Archie for three. Oh, it goes round the rim and out. Griffin Neville with the pass here to McCoy. Seth McCoy for three, and he nails it. David Strother tries to battle into the paint. Gives it to Johnson. Back to Strother again. Furr to Johnson. It's in for Little. Little out for Archie. Archie fakes his shot, driving to the basket, and Melvin Archie lays it up and lays it in. Oh, David Strother coming out of nowhere to steal the ball away. Strother to Little. Little gonna try, and Little gets fouled on the play.
The foul is on number 25, Lenny Pradilla. That's his third. At the line, shooting two.
Lenny Pradilla gets called on the foul. Third foul of the game for him as Cameron Little heads to the line And Little can't knock down the first one. He'll get another try, though. And Little drains the second try, 112-84. Pradilla with a pass on here to Schock. Schock for the long three, and Christian Schock knocks it down with a little assist from Lenny Pradilla. Final 40 seconds of play. David Strother will just bring it up slowly. Another shot out for Melvin Archie. Archie dancing his way through the defense. Little comes up with the rebound, puts his shot up, and knocks it down for the hoop and the horn.
The ball is on number 20, Sam Conley. That's his first. Little at the line for the three-point play.
And now Little will try to complete the three-point play from the stripe. And he knocks it down. Final 29 seconds in regulation. Pradilla will try for three. His shot no good. Rebound scooped up by Sam Conley. And we have a foul called on the play. Nope, just somebody stepped out of bounds. Inbound pass is up to McCoy. McCoy can't get his shot off. Long pass from Fur to Archie. Archie pulling back. And Archie's just going to eat up clock here to secure the win. 5 seconds left on the game clock. And Archie will just hold on to it as the Pacers come away the victors, 115-87. An absolute dominating offensive performance by this USC Aiken squad as the Pacers improve their season to 12-5 overall, 6-1 in conference play. Young Harris, on the other hand, fall to 3-14 and still seek out their first conference win. Pacers will return to action on Wednesday. Pacers in just a moment here we'll get the final score or the final stat sheet, but again, the Pacers will return to action on Wednesday. As soon as the schedule loads, I'll give you the details. The internet here at the Convocation Center has never been all that reliable. As the page refuses to load. There we go. Finally, it is loaded. USC Aiken returning to action January the 26th, Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. when they have a date with Destiny. That Destiny being the Augusta Jaguars. They head to face their heated river rival on January the 26th at 7:30. They return to the Convocation Center at the end of the month on January the 29th at 3:30 p.m. They will take on the North Georgia Nighthawks in another conference matchup. But again, the final stats of the day, team stats. Young Harris, 27 of 67 from the field for 40.3%, 8 of 25 from beyond the arc, good for 32%, and 25 of 30 from the charity stripe. The Pacers, 44 of 76 from the fields, 57.9%, 10 of 26 from the three-point line at 38.5, and we're 17 of 29 from the free throw line. The leading scorer for the Pacers was Preston Parks with 26 points. Right behind him was Terry Horn with 25, followed by Jalen McCoy with 16 and David Strother with 14. On the Young Harris side of things, Carl Chavis was the leading scorer with 15, followed by Antarius Ryan with 14, Lenny Pradilla following right there with 13 points. But that will do it here from the Convocation Center. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I am Marcus Johnson.